I'm Graham on the silver screen, digging through the trash for something unseen. Ghouls cold, what'll they find today? A spooky little gem or just decay?
Hello everyone and welcome back to Ghoul's Cold. I am Grim, and I am joined as always by my best friend Kraa.
Hello, Mr. Grimm.
Hello, Mr. Kraa. If this is your first time joining us, we are two woodland buddies who come across different films, and we started ranking them for fun. This is our second episode, but our 61st movie we've watched together. Today, we're checking out one of my all-time favorites, John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982. I can talk for a while about this, and I will, but beforehand, Kraa, what are your thoughts about it?
So, it's important for me to provide just a touch of context, and that context is, I'm a coward. And what I mean by that is, not an ignorant coward, a mildly informed coward. I know The Thing from the iconic poster, from the incredible soundtrack, for its notoriety and apparently well-deserved praise of practical special effects, pacing, anxiety, how it inspired all manner of fiction for up to today. But the problem is, that means I know just enough to be like, I don't know, Billy. That seems like a mistake, and I don't know. That seems. I'm a burb of delicate constitution, and this seems provocative.
I am so proud of you for finally watching it. So for me, I watched this at the tender age of, I think, 6, which is entirely too young to be watching it, but my dad explained to me how the effects worked so I would be less scared. And this kicked off my obsession and deep love of special effects in movies and practical effects in movies. So it's very important to me, but I also have not watched it all the way through since then. So I will I've forgotten quite a bit of the actual film. But I have watched so many behind the scenes videos and filming of the props and things. Like Adam Savage, I think, owns a couple of things that he's shown how they worked and how they were filmed, and I'm so excited to see them again. We've managed to source a Blu-ray copy, so I hope that it'll show up better, because I watched a well-loved VHS back in the 90s. But yeah, should we check out the trailer just to see how it is?
Just so we can have a little context, a little touch.
Okay. I will leave the link in the description for folks to watch along with us. So we will be right back after we watch the trailer, and you can watch along with us if you follow that link. All right. So what do you think?
So, it kind of looks bad.
Like how?
Like that's okay. So, like that, like the saucer coming in.
It looks
like,
rough.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not
Vaguely
that's
shitty.
not ideal. And I'm like, okay, well, all right. And then like the little bit of like, oh, we're crawling down into a crater. Like, that looks bad too. And just like in general, I'm like, okay, am I watching Space Tremors? Like what is
a little?
This looks
okay.
Not good. Now I appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. In reality, this is probably not a fair and balanced representation of the narrative, because it can't be, because that's I don't know. I'm suddenly concerned that I've built this up in my head as a great and terrible bogeyman, And I'm going to be like, oh.
So I will say,
Okay.
I think that a lot of, like, the spaceship, and in particular, the special visual effects were not where the budget went.
Okay.
They went into the stuff that they didn't show in that trailer, which is the meat
The
effects.
Yeah. The sloppy bits.
Yes.
There was no slop. This was just like,
no.
look out.
Well, it was.
Poorly
It was a little
structured
sloppy.
floors.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. And then a guy does a yell. But, like, okay.
If it were just like that, yeah, that would be pretty rough.
Like, this is... again, I'm like, where's my big carrot man? I was told there'd be a big carrot.
Big carrot man.
God, I love you, giant, threatening carrot. Yeah. Go
ahead.
Like, and like I was hearing you praise it like in situ, but I'm like, man, even that like text reveal of the title, that's kind of bad. I'm like, this, I would like going in cold. I'd be like, oh, okay.
And I suppose I see where you're coming from, because I know you are quite a big fan of the Alien franchise, and those are older than this.
Because this is 82.
Yeah.
So like, it's weird to be like,
Alien 79.
this feels almost like a step again, just from the trailer. This feels like a step back, like a big step back. I'm like, oh.
I'm interested to see how it fares overall, because also I haven't seen it since I was a child. I don't know how it holds up narratively, because I don't remember a whole lot about the narrative. Yeah,
I don't know what the fear equivalent of Sour Grapes is, where it's like, man, that movie ain't shit. It's like, I am looking for a way to knock this down because it has lived as an icon of icky spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what's spooky?
If that's what helps you get through it, I will not judge you, but it will remain beloved to me anyway.
I don't know. I'm not scared.
We were talking about this before recording, and I told myself to save it. Have you seen the episode of X-Files where they go into the Antarctic and they wake up a parasite from the ice and they have to check each other?
Yeah!
That was obviously heavily inspired by this, and it's my favorite X-Files episode.
And like I really enjoyed a short story called The Things, which is a retelling of the narrative of this film from the perspective of the alien. I really enjoyed that. I know a ton about this film, but it's all third hand reference and so on. Like, I've never actually experienced the thing on purpose. I was like, I don't want to get grossed out.
Do you think you're ready to find?
No, but let's do it anyway.
And then it'll be over, and then you can tell everyone that you've watched the thing, and you never have to watch it again if you don't want to.
I'm a big, strong bird adult, and
you're
it's
a big,
totally
strong
fine.
bird, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
all right.
Man.
Real fast, I will go through the ranking system just so we can get it out of the way. So if anybody has not checked out our first episode, we rank stuff from 1 to 10, but 0 is available. 0 is any film that we could or would not finish. There's been a few. We will always give something 30 minutes, and if it is not able to keep us, we will exit hastily, and we have. 1 to 4 is things that we could finish, but probably wouldn't watch again. And there's a spectrum there. Maybe even things that we wanted to experience once and we're good. We don't need to see that again. 5 to 9 is things that we would watch again, either 5s being under usually specific circumstances, all the way to 9, which is damn solid movies. 10 is incredibly rare. Up until this point, we have 3, I think, and that is we have no notes. It's perfect, and one of them is the only one that earned it tooth and claw. The other ones were very high production value, lovingly crafted. So
Which not to take away from it.
Yes.
I mean, a brilliant work of art by brilliant established artists is still an achievement.
Yes. I believe one of them was Airplane, which, sure.
I'm like, how do you make that better?
How do you
it's
fix
like, okay,
Airplane?
What? Yes.
You don't. It's beautiful. So that's our system. I don't know if I'll be giving this a 10, but we'll see. We'll see how it holds up. I'm fascinated to see which side of the spectrum you land on. I guess we'll find out.
I know. It's good. Everything's fine.
I'm so ready.
Everything's fine.
Everything's so fine. All right.
All right.
If you guys want to watch along, here's a good pause break, and then we will be back after the film.
And now, on with the show.
All right. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to start by saying this isn't fair. My reaction is it is unfair because I'm not coming in cold.
Sure.
Everything I mentioned about being like having this build up and all of that, it meant that nothing was particularly surprising when,
sure,
especially after watching that trailer.
Yeah.
This was meant to be shock after shock after shock. And except for the weird Tremors bit.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable saying this is a 6.
I had a feeling you'd go there.
So, which
So you like it less than the original?
I do. And
fair.
Here's what lost me. At no point I had such a hard time coming along with the characters and what they were doing.
Yeah.
Just nothing felt... I didn't lose myself in it. I didn't buy in. I don't really know why. I love Keith Davis. He's a gem. Kurt Russell was amazing.
The supporting cast is pretty weak, though.
And I'm trying to figure out why was the other version of this, which is better. Why did I enjoy that one better? And I think even though we had complaints over the actual acting and some of the direction,
sure,
that's really the take you're going with for this, the interpersonal relationship was so much more believable
and a lot more compelling and
intimate.
Yeah.
You got that, okay, you guys are spending a lot of time
I didn't get that these
you.
guys have been around each other for very long, even though he's I've known him for 10 years. It's really?
Yeah, there was no chemistry at all.
There was no camaraderie with anybody, and that was before they started hating each other. It's it's almost like they were waiting for an excuse to hate each other.
And maybe that was the point, or am I giving it too much credit? I don't know. But there was no pause. There was no negative space in which some positive or some contrast could happen. It was just kind of thing after thing after thing after thing. But and
yeah,
it just
that too. I found myself waiting for the next spook,
but
because that's all I cared about.
There were 2 moments that happened within 15 seconds of each other that actually made me go ugh. And other than that, it's like there was no dread, which is
No.
weird because like on paper this should have been dread, but it just was like a weirdly sedate action movie. Like, there's a monster and we're going to get it. There he is. Oh no, look how gross he is. And I'm not talking any disparaging comments about the special effects. The weird thing is it took so long. Like, the shots on the special effects were so like, okay, listen, bro, I spent 50 hours on this crawling head and you're gonna fucking look at it. It's like, okay, all right. It was almost like a gallery piece rather than it being
It's a portfolio reel.
Yeah, like, and a good one. It's like, yeah, I'll hire that, bro. But like, none of it felt. I found myself. The bit where it's squirting a dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, it was more perplexing than anything else. I was just like, what even am I? What? This is all bad. I'm not saying any of this is a good thing, and I'm not like, this is stupid. It's just like, I am bewildered by what is happening. What?
All valid points. All valid points. I have nothing I can rebut that with, really.
And the thing is, I'm trying. Like, my favorite. I love Escape from New York.
And I haven't seen that.
And like, to compare this to that, Escape from New York has downbeats. Mm-hmm. Well, like, we watched them.
This is poorly paced. You mean They Live?
They Live, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that has like a broader range of emotions that are presented other than just... I mean, unless, like, Doctor with a Noose, that was the levity that we were supposed to, like, okay, now
I'm all better now, and there's a noose in the shot. Ha-ha?
Ha-ha-ha? And it's too low to have worked? Like, this is just, like, artisanal noose? It's like, I'm just taking up macrame.
I just got bored. Yeah.
So there. I and even a 6, I'm like, would I watch this again? So the 6 was I compared it to Dagon. This felt like that.
Yeah.
Dagon. Like, yeah, okay. But I think I'd watch Dagon before I'd watch this.
I think you had more fun watching Dagon.
Oh, only because you were there. You were providing real-time translation, which was necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah. Huh.
All right.
Now,
So, yeah.
on the other end, please tell me, regale me.
Okay. So, I might surprise you with my score. I was only going to give it a 7.
Okay.
Which I believe we gave The Thing from Another World a 6. Or maybe it was a 7.
That was a 7.
I'd say I enjoyed it as much for very different reasons.
Sure.
I actually, when you said 6, agreed with you, and I'm giving it 1 point for I love the effects so much.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm sure you saw when I was watching it, just going in real close and just being like, yeah, because
play that film
so
in reverse.
Well
Yeah.
But it's like some of it looked a little stop motion-y, but not jittery, or it was like filmed backwards, or some of the stuff that was used, or all of that stuff. So that is definitely an unfair for me. I'm not judging it based on now purely on the movie's sake and how it was. I was barely paying attention to the dialogue. I was waiting for the next time that I would get to see whatever awful thing it became next. I forgot how long it took for Crabhead Guy to come out, and I was like, oh, there he is. He's barely on screen. And that's like the thing, the thing that everybody references, and there's other bits that are way worse than that. But I didn't get particularly squeamish with any bits. I'm still sad about the dogs like I was before, but there are... So, this did really poorly when it came out. It's cited to be because E.T. was around the same time, and people were like, aliens are great! And then this came out, and people were like, well, that's not nice. And I think it just suffered from being kind of a weak film, because the changes it made from the... And again, there's so much I could get into about this barely got made. It passed from director to director. It got shelved for a long time. John Carpenter almost dropped it. The effects made it the cult classic that it is, and it is regaled now as one of the best horror films of all time, and I do not agree. Effects-wise, yes. But I could argue then that so is Terrifier. And I'm not going to be able to say that Terrifier is one of the best horror movies of all time, but it has some of the best effects ever. And you can tell a lot of their budget went to it, but I was more impressed by Kurt Russell and Keith David acting than I was about the story. Because they were really the only ones that sold it. There was a bit with the radio guy.
Windows,
yeah. He was almost cue card reading when he first came up. It was like, I've been trying to reach people. And it's like, that's the one you're going with? And then you have Keith David being incredibly believable and consistent, and Kurt Russell, especially when he comes back in with the dynamite and he's not okay TM.
That was a good bit. That was a good
that
scene.
That was the only scene I was like,
scene.
That's when I started caring. That's near the end of the film. And one of the best scenes is the last one with just them. Where it's just, maybe we're dying. It's cold.
And
because that interpersonal interaction is what made the original so good and made this one weak. There's like almost no time that people are alone with each other, or there's like, it really does go thing to the next thing to the next thing. There's no breathing room. There's no dread. And it could have had one or two of those really awful creatures as a big reveal.
I also think it's
the
weird
X-Files episode did a better job.
Well, yeah. I'm thinking about this. Every time Monstar TM showed up, it was immediately defeated. Like a jack in the box. Like, I'm a big monster, destroyed. I'm a big monster, destroyed. Like, and even like
we're just playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
Whack-a-thing.
like it doesn't. What? Like become big tentacle monster? ? Profit? Like what's?
And it should be better at hiding itself, because that's the whole thing. It's like, oh, if it assimilates, it'll be a perfect copy. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, then shouldn't it be better at like knowing to pick people off and quiet?
It didn't make any sense.
It wasn't consistent.
It wasn't consistent.
When it went for the dogs, that made sense. Like, that was okay. Although I will say,
but it didn't
like,
do a very
really
good
fast.
job.
Yeah, because all the dogs were barking, so it got rumbled. That okay, but like it had, the story gave itself a chance to have like intrigue about like finding MacReady's ripped up whatever, and it's like,
which doesn't make any sense either.
How would anybody have known that? Because he was alone when he was recording that, when he figured that out.
Was it ever explained how the blood got destroyed?
No. Because that doctor was clean. So it's like...
he was like, nothing made sense.
Yeah.
It was super... It was like watching a bad mystery. I'm like, no, none of this works. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
it falls apart under close scrutiny. I feel like my love for this film is entirely aesthetic. The lighting's beautiful, the set's beautiful, the effects are beautiful, and the only saving grace is 2 really good actors. And the rest of it's just kind of, yeah, I'll put it on, I guess. But it's not something I'm going to go out of my way to, like, watch again. It is definitely a background movie for me. But if I wanted to see the stuff from it, I could watch effects reels. And I have. I haven't rewatched this since I was a kid, and it's probably because I just looked up the props. I didn't feel the need to sit through it again. So I'm surprised it didn't hold up as much for me, but I also built it up in my head as a kid as this horrifying thing that was so foundational for me, and I'm a little disappointed that it's not as good as I remember. But
Nostalgia's ahead of all the
damn,
drug.
it's true, but I will say that Little Grim was right about one thing, and it was, damn, them tentacles are cool.
They
and
are
he's
cool.
So greasy. He's such a wet thing. But that's all I have to say. So 7 for me, 6 for you. Are you okay with a 6? Do you mean 5? Under very certain circumstances, would you watch it again?
God, I feel bad. I feel bad, but
No,
yeah,
don't.
I think 5. I think under. I guess I could watch it again. Like that,
I think you would if it was on.
Sure.
And you'd be like glancing at it, because we have ones that we've watched before where you're like, sure, if somebody else was watching it, I would like sit down. And,
But this isn't
glance
even a
at it.
hate watch. It's just like,
No.
okay, I've done it. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, I love Keith. I love Kurt.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you guys, you did great.
I feel like if you visit on Halloween and we have stuff on in the background, if this was one of them, you'd be like, yeah, I'd sip some cider and scroll on my phone. Wouldn't leave the room.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm so proud of you, because now you can do anything. Because you built this up so bad of how scary it was going to be.
I was so squeamish.
And you've learned that it's not as bad as it could be.
That's
now
right.
I'll get you to watch Terrifier.
Is that one mostly cornstarch and backwards motion?
Pretty close.
Okay. All right,
It does look better than these, though.
All right.
There's been some time between the two of them. But
It's
anyway.
the style of the time.
True. We'll put the write-up at the end. And thank you, everybody, for listening.
Have a good night.